So there's my no bum. And I'll show you the dinner. I'm having the sushi and this invention. I don't know how that'll be. James is having soup, some cilantro, kale, arugula juice, and a good smoothie. And we'll probably talk mostly about an evening of nostalgia with Annie Lennox, Crime 101, Toxic Avenger, Holiday Hypnosis, and Querelle. I don't know how far in the stack we're going to get. I just wanted to show you that I will be wearing this probably for the, it says swim. So it's made to go over top of a swimsuit, I suppose. And I'll be putting it on top of this one because I don't know how I feel about my no bum body. Don't know how much I want to show it off or anything like that, but we'll see what I can do. So I'm trying to make the legs of the camera a bit shorter. We'll see if that works out. I think it's got to go a little longer on that side. I'm not great at doing this. So you'd think I would be, hey? Because I've been doing it for so long. But anyway. Oh, thank you very much. So, no, I don't wax. So there's, I don't know if you can see that. There's really not much there. So, I mean, you have a bikini like this and, well, it shows a lot. But anyway, I was pretty excited to get this bikini because the bottoms, they will be able to, I can wear them all the time when I finally gain more weight and I show you my body. So like right now, no butt and a little bit saggy there. That's not attractive. It's not attractive at all. So anyway, we'll see what we can do about that. Because this keto diet, boy, I don't know how people manage to keep the weight on or any weight on. It's very hard to.
They've got no willpower.
So they're just not on the keto diet.
They do it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Lose 18 pounds.
Anyway.
And it's just water, and they get back off of it, and they end up ratcheting the weight up.
Tastes good. So I asked my angels if they could bring me stevia for cheap, and they said appreciate the beauty of simplicity, and I said, so should I use the mixed berry greens to make my rose smoothie then? And they said yes, and I said it'll look disgusting, but it actually does taste good. See, the thing is, I can't get like individual ingredients a lot of the time for cheap, but I can get things that are marked down that are like a like a greens juice blend or something like that.
Seems weird.
Yeah. So, it's just, and I'm trying to do it on the cheap, right? Because food's expensive anyway.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But trying to pick out healthy food for cheap. Anyway. So, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Crime 101 and all that? Get that out of the way? Or,
okay.
Or are you really hungry and you want to eat the soup and me talk?
Well, you talk now. Between mouthfuls, so. Or maybe during mouthfuls, so. Chip in.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to get the bottom 3 out of the way first. So James didn't have much to do with that, so he can eat away and have some fun. You're not drinking your cilantro kale juice? It's in the sippy cup.
I know. I don't want to do it on camera because I'm going to pull a face.
Yeah, he will. Well, everyone would know you will. That will just show that I am really feeding you cilantro, kale, and arugula juice. The Toxic Avenger So I expected this to be a lot better. I don't know why.
The cover looks awful.
It does look awful,
Yeah.
but
It looks like a bad cartoon cover from the 50s.
Yeah, but Peter Dinklage, the midget who's in Game of Thrones, and I don't know, I like him. He's the
I didn't
Toxic
even know there
Avenger.
was a midget in that.
So he's a little guy who's sticking up for the little guys, right? It's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
But so he's an interesting idea, interesting superhero, because here he was a janitor, and anyway, and he was not very big, and so whatever. It has Elijah Wood in it, Kevin Bacon. I don't know. There's some talent in this, right? So I was thinking it'd be better. It's just really silly superhero stuff.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon usually does a great job. He always plays himself. You know,
Yeah.
someone who's full of himself. And whatnot.
Holy, this is This is wear over your swimwear. This is like so that you take it off right away and just wear your swimwear because it's really hot.
It's
for-
sweltering.
Yeah.
Could be worse. You could be wearing what I'm wearing.
I got it on the cheap. I think it was $1.50.
Yeah.
And it has these little dingle balls on it, which I liked. So
It looks girly. Yep.
yeah. Anyway, but so
I
Yeah.
understand if they're still marketing it. It's probably pretty cool. We just finished doing a fairly substantial amount of hiking
Hiking.
or walking,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
And on a hot day. And
Yeah.
when you have done physical exercise, one of the hikes involved a fairly serious climb out of the coulees. So that's 100 meters climb. Your heart rate stays elevated, but I'm pretty sure your body temperature stays elevated.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good. This is my rose smoothie. It doesn't look like it though, right? Yeah, it's because it doesn't have the beet juice in it. It has the mixed fruit flavored greens, daily greens powder, but otherwise, it's my rose smoothie. It's just and it has Lupin flour instead. Because we have a lot of Lupin flour on the cheap lately, and so that's what I'll be drinking for the most part.
I wonder if they'll be able to sell it anywhere. The bulk barn's not
I don't know.
stocking.
Yeah, maybe Bulk Barn just all across the country is getting rid of it. So if you're out there and you're living in a different place in Canada, you might
Check
want
it
to
out.
check out Bulk Barn. Because Lupin flour, not
They're
a complete
practically
protein,
giving it away.
but they're practically giving it away. And it's high in, I can't remember which, some of the muscle building amino acids. So, but if you balance it out with, say, brown rice protein flour, that has something that the Lupin flour is missing. So, yeah, just something to think about. Anyway, yeah, I kind of felt like watching this that they were making fun of people who are environmental.
Aware people?
Yeah, people trying to cover up, or not cover up, like whistleblowers. People trying to find proof that like certain organizations are
Not good for the
or
environment.
whatever. I kind of had that feeling about it while it was going along because it was just so silly. And I don't know. I just didn't have a good feeling about this guy being an actual superhero that people would look up to.
Yeah.
Given that he's a janitor and he doesn't look attractive.
Not quite.
No, because he's all toxic wasty. And
There have been other superheroes like him.
So,
Like
I don't know.
Okay. Swamp Thing. I think was
yeah.
an environmentalist.
Okay.
And that was Marvel ran him, or DC did, and then the other major company ran their version of it. So they had two guys that were like that, Swamp Thing and one other one. I can't remember that.
Well, I guess my ex had some interesting superhero
Taste?
comic books. Yeah, he liked Flaming Carrot.
I've
and-
never run across that
Yeah.
one. It sounds
And-
so he had a sense of humor.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And Reed Fleming, The World's Toughest Milkman.
Never run across that one.
So he
That's
liked
good.
he liked those. And so I guess there's some people that might say, "Oh yeah, the toxic Avenger
He's a right on dude.
little janitor guy."
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just didn't have a great feeling about it. That's all. And I thought it was very
Well,
silly.
I was a small guy and a janitor. I felt that I was a bit of a special person. Not
Okay.
super, but
Okay.
it's only after I retired I started feeling that way.
Now, as silly as this was very silly. The kind of humor, it's like a 10-year-old boy wrote this, maybe 12 tops.
Yeah.
And so you're watching and you're going, okay, well, the magician, hypnotist guy was about that age, so maybe that kind of makes sense that it's that sort of humor. But
there's a lot of fart jokes.
yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
So folks, be
And honestly, it was funny, that part, but not believable though. I mean, I don't think anybody, even if you're eating, say, a whole bunch of Lupin flour, or a whole bunch of, what's something else with a huge amount of fiber in it?
well, fiber or
like,
whatever.
yeah, like fiber, like
Beans
purely
also.
fiber medication, or like not medication, whatever. The stuff from Shoppers Drug Mart. Boy, did I find that to be gassy. Anyway, if
There we
you're
go.
eating a lot
Spoiler
of...
alert.
Yeah. Welcome to the keto diet. You gotta eat the fiber. Anyway, so psyllium is a way better route to go. Anyway, so there's no way that you could do it like on command. How could anybody fart on command?
Give Tom Green the chance. I think he'd do it. Remember that guy?
I don't-
Maybe
Maybe some people could.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I bet.
I didn't find it to be believable that, like, if you could, maybe you'd be holding it in for a while, and then if that trigger word came out, then you'd fart. But how could you do it like in a series of farts? When the trigger word comes like too quick together, it'd already be gone. You wouldn't have that gas in you anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Ace, whatever?
Okay,
Detective?
maybe Jim Carrey, he might do something like that, but so this was very much, felt like a homemade art school project or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not, obviously
School
not
project.
Hallmark with the gaseous jokes. Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, there's anyway, but, and that's not going to really put me off for a movie, mind you, but it was not good. So,
When you see what's out there, it wouldn't, and the stuff that we sometimes watch, it wouldn't put me off a movie.
well, this cover is hideous for Querelle.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine that anybody who is interested in watching a movie about gay guys finding themselves to be gay or whatever, I can't imagine
Exploring
anybody
each
would...
other's
whatever.
sensuality.
Yes, that is better. I can't imagine that they would find this cover attractive. Anyway, it's ugly. It's a very ugly cover.
And the funny
And
thing is, he's not that pumped in the
No,
actual show.
no. They made him
I
look
think they've
more,
scrunched down
to
the,
try to make his muscles look bigger or something, but
Yeah,
it just
he
looks
just
really
looked fat.
bad.
Yeah.
And he's actually quite attractive in the show.
Paul Davis,
Why not
I recognized
have-
with about 5 minutes left to go. I've seen this guy before. He's in, he looked familiar, but he was in Midnight Express, Oliver Stone nugget from way back when.
Oh. Well, anyway, so this was from 1982, and honestly, I can't even, nobody who wasn't gay would want to, or bi, no guy who I can't imagine they'd want to watch it. And then, even if they are bi or gay, I can't imagine they'd want to watch it anyway.
With all the violence mixed in.
Yeah.
It's based on
Creepy.
a novel by Jean Genet,
And
French so-called novelist.
yeah, but
Horrible person.
it was just the way they mixed it in it didn't even seem genuine. It just seemed gratuitous. And honestly, there wasn't enough story there. And it was way too long. How long was this thing? It felt like it went on forever. 108 minutes. I fell asleep, and I still felt like I watched too much of it.
I just want to see whether it was based on a play or not.
Oh,
You know how
there's
they- the
probably a
weird
booklet or something.
Type of set.
I can look that up while you're talking about Crime 101.
Okay.
Here you go. Crime 101.
Crime 101.
Nope, no book.
Well, on the back,
Yeah.
I'll say something about Jean Genet.
Yeah. Controversial novel.
Weird.
So that's what that was.
It's got something like a play set, right? It looked like it had different.
Boring.
It was just the same set.
How can something with so much sex and violent imagery and whatever be that boring? It really had to work at it. So boring. So go ahead with Crime 101.
You got what, 15?
Oh, I don't. 16. Yep. 16 minutes. So with Crime 101, I'll say right away the title's stupid. Why'd you give it that title? Dumb.
Maybe because you had beginners in crime.
Maybe.
This
Oh,
guy's
yeah,
a
that
beginner.
guy. Yeah.
Beginner. This guy, not so much of a. Well, by the time, spoiler alert, this guy, I'm not going to say who it is, but by the time they start catching up with
Still
him,
a- Still a stupid title.
yeah, by the time they catch up with him, he's already done a lot of different ones. So it only applies to, especially to this person.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he really, she didn't see the ending. So we'll have to spoiler alert it because, yeah, we'll have to. Because I'm going to talk about Mark Ruffalo or Ruffalo. I always say it rhyming with Buffalo, but he's, I think, hangs out way on the left wing, and the people who made this seem to be that way. So Ruffalo plays a cop with a good heart, like they're just crawling all over the landscape, as we all know, and hanging on the left wing. You know, I worked at a cop shop. I think there were 100 cops there, and one guy said, "I wonder how many. Do you think there are any left wingers on the force?" And then all he said, it was a rhetorical. He said, "Nah." Right? Yeah, it's bizarre. That's one of the problems with police forces. You know, they shouldn't. Cops themselves shouldn't be involved in the hiring process. Do you know what I'm saying? It should be civilian hiring, all the way down the line. It's civilian hiring for the police chiefs, and they generally get people who kind of knuckle under to being sensitive to various issues and stuff like that. But the real problem is hiring, from within. It should be at arm's distance, arm's length.
I keep trying to inhale it. I'm way too tired to be eating and drinking.
It's been having a tough day today. Not as tough as 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Dropping everything.
Yeah. Today I'll just end up drowning myself by accident. Is it turkeys that do that in the rain? Drown themselves? Well, apparently they'll stand with their mouths open and drown.
Wow. That sounds awful.
Yeah, they must be from some place that's really dry, and so that's how they get their water, right? Is they want to get as much as possible when it's raining, or I don't know. Maybe it's a myth.
It could be. Here's one thing that's not a
You
myth.
hear that about turkeys.
Some people are that stupid.
Like a turkey?
Not like a turkey. Drink themselves to death.
Oh.
They get in competition.
Mm-hmm.
And the real stupid and nasty people are the people who set up the competitions, tend to be on radio, maybe on TV and stuff like that. Who can drink the most water? And people have, at least one person I've heard of, drank her, and it was a woman person, drank
I
herself
think
to
that was
death.
just one competition that was like, don't we to win a Wii or something. I think it was Wii. That game system. WII.
No, this was before then.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Something like that. Anyway.
These things happen
Farm
ever so occasionally. You know, you get radio personalities. They're aggressive propagandists, right?
So Halle Berry looked amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and the show was boring. That's my review.
Mark
And
Ruffalo,
felt
once
really
he
long.
cleaned up the jawline, he looked pretty good. Hemsworth, well, he doesn't look magnificent the way he does with Thor, and you start to realize he has supernaturally small eyes. Incredible. And his nose actually doesn't look that good. Better than mine, but that's just because I got skin cancer.
I didn't even realize it was him until James pointed it out. And I
And
was
that
like,
was-
oh, yeah, you're right, that's him.
I was well into it.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing with Paul Davis. You know, it took me 90% of both movies to recognize these two fairly well-known characters. Anyway, Ruffalo ends up in a weird situation where one bad guy is busted in on another bad guy who's going to be stealing money from not a very nice person. Supposed to be traded off for jewels. So Hemsworth is there. A guy busts in. Maybe the best actor in the movie. Played a nasty little motorcyclist. So he gets in a situation where this motorcyclist has two guns on him. Hemsworth in front of him is a human shield. Ruffalo is up, facing this pair of people. And then there's over on the other side, there's a kind of like a not very appealing rich man and his wife. And so the motorcyclist pops the rich guy in the shoulder. Spoiler alert, I think the rich guy's going to survive. And then somewhere or another, Ruffalo, I think it's Ruffalo, ends up popping the motorcyclist. Somewhere or another, he gets him in the body. I think Hemsworth, kind of gets the motorcyclist off. And Hemsworth built like a brick, you-know-what. And Ruffalo plugs the guy dead. And so now what happens is he tells Hemsworth, okay, you're on your own. There was only the motorcyclist did this. You're not part of the picture. And I'm going, that's not realistic. I don't think any cop would ever do that, no matter how left-leaning. And there are two witnesses to the Hemsworth being involved. How's that going to pass? I mean, and the woman might be sympathetic, but the rich, not very appealing guy, he's going to be talking. But I mean, this is a happy ending. That's you take the H off a happy, and you put two consonants in front of happy, and you'll get this kind of ending. But it gets worse. Turns out Ruffalo's pocketed a small handful, like a palmful of diamonds. Well, doesn't matter if it's a small palmful, it's a lot of money. So Halle Berry has gone back to the bad side, right? Because she's poor. Same sort of thing with Hemsworth. That's why he's doing all these bank robberies. Right?
Yeah, and I can't stand those movies where they're like, oh, people who commit crimes, they just do it
can't
because
help
they're
it.
poor and we should forgive them because they're poor. No. People don't commit crimes because they're poor.
People
That's
say,
ridiculous.
oh, their lives depend on it. I'll give an example. It took me a while to think about it. Because it never occurred to me. You know, when I went through my first stem cell therapy, they were saying, well, we'll give you Revlimid. And I said, well, that sounds great. That'll help out. Extending them, all other things being equal, my life expectancy, extending the stem cell therapy. And they said, but it's not on Blue Cross. So you in the United States, that's kind of like pharmacy insurance or something like that.
Yeah, the first time they didn't cover it for him.
Okay, so I said, well, how much does it cost? Did you see how my jaw dropped?
Yeah.
$50,000 a year. Well, needless to say, I wasn't taking that. That cost me. It could have cost me a year in my life expectancy. And people say, "Oh, what's a?" It was a year, like when I was 55 or something like that, 56.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not like taking a year off of someone's life expectancy when they're 95 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much is your life worth? But it only occurred to me afterwards. My brother was saying, there's a huge crime rate amongst African Americans, but they have to do it to feed themselves and their kids. But feed themselves. That's interesting, because you see, it never occurred to me except out of this context. I could have gone out and embezzled $50,000 somehow or another to keep. I mean, it was a life and death type of situation. Never occurred to me. And even now that it occurs to me, I'd never do it.
And no, you don't have to steal to feed yourself. Yes, I was talking about food's expensive, but that's if you're wanting to be on a specific diet, like the diet that I'm doing right now, keto, then good luck getting the free food. Because other people that are giving away the food, they don't realize they're trying to give a balanced diet that is like a standard sort of diet to everyone, right? It'd be hard for them to, for organizations who are giving away food, to actually give away special, different kinds of food for different diets or whatever. It'd be tough. So, I mean, they do the best that they can. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in. So no, you don't have to steal to get food. Not in Canada.
I don't think you have to do it in the United States. You got, but
they have food stamps there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's weird psychology, what motivated Carlos Marcello, head of the mafia in New Orleans and all of Louisiana, probably all of Mississippi, part of Arkansas, probably pretty well all of Texas, neighboring Texas. They say he was the richest guy in Louisiana, and probably the most powerful because he had the politicians in his pocket, or a gun to their head, basically. Yeah, why did he keep on stealing? Why did he keep on doing whatever? Why did he keep on murdering? How do you explain that? Maybe he was, I think he was the son of a gangster, so I don't think he was raised poor.
Yeah. And we were watching Midsummer Murders the other day, and a girl in school, a teenager, had stolen something, computer, laptop or something, I don't know, and sold it. And she got caught. And she'd stolen it from the school. And they were saying, it was because the tuition for university or whatever it was so high, and kind of forgiving her for it, trying to get, and it's like, no, the